All right, give it to me.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. Do 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 do. When I step up to the mic and I come correct, hoo-ha! Gotcha.
Oh, Busta Rhymes. Okay, yeah. You had me lost for a second, but I was going to see where we're going to come in here.
I fumbled the lyrics, so I'm tired. I just woke up.
It's cool. All right, welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies Nursing Bully. We host Leroy, a.k.a. Spring Forward, Fall Back, with my co-hosts.
Yeah, this is Eli, a.k.a. Pumpkin Pie Crust.
There you go. We're in the Thanksgiving season now, so we got to do those pumpkin spice and and shout out to the third co-host, the AI. Gotta give a shout out to y'all. Okay.
All hail the Doom
So
bots.
apologize to everybody for the mic last week. I didn't know I had the mic in front of me when I set it up. I had it like 2 feet away from me. So now hopefully we have working mic, but I guess we'll know after this podcast, so we'll go from there. As you can see, I got a little background in the background. So all the money we put in this podcast, we put back in the podcast. So yeah. So not just hooks to cocaine for us. No, we actually spend money on this thing. We actually use it for other purposes. Well, other purposes besides that, but yeah. And also, Eli, before we get started, I want to give a shout out to StreamYard for giving us a Halloween package bundle after Halloween was already over with. So shout out to them.
Oh, there you go.
Like I said, they gave us whatever the hell this was and that. And yeah. But like, even though it's already November, y'all could have did it at the beginning of the year, but y'all want to start it now. So have fun with that. So yeah, good for y'all. And what else we got? Oh, let me see. Throw it back to where we had it. There we go. All right. So that's all I got. So like I said, not a whole lot of topics, but we're just gonna jump into it. Eli, I know you had something you want to talk about, so I'm gonna let you go first and jump into it.
Is this Godzilla?
Yeah, we're gonna whatever. Yeah, let's do Godzilla. Let's start some light first. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't deep dive yet. So yeah.
Yeah, it was just announced the other day at Godzilla Fest or whatever it was called. That the sequel to Godzilla Minus One is going to be called Godzilla Minus Zero.
Oh, let me see if I got a pick. Let me see. I probably don't. Anyway, keep talking. Yeah, we just I'm pretty sure I'm pressing the wrong one. So
still the same team that worked on that did Minus One. Takahashi was his Yamazaki. He's still directing it. His team, he was a guy in special effects. His crew's doing the effects again. And I believe it
got it. Okay.
Yeah. I believe it's slated for 2027, I believe, is when it's supposed to come out. Which was also the same year the new Godzilla Kong is gonna come out. So
the first Oscar-winning Godzilla movie, sequel to the first Godzilla. Yeah.
There you go. Yes. Yeah. Godzilla Minus Zero. So who knows what that means? Could it be Monster Zero?
Already fan speculation. There you go. that's how we start. If they're gonna do Avengers Doomsday Theories for the next year, Eli gonna do it for the next 2 years. There you go.
So yeah, that's just a little something to talk about, a little tidbit of nerdy news, kaiju news. You know, Godzilla's back in fashion, and I'm here for it. So yeah, I'm stoked for that. So yeah, that's all I got. Just a little teaser. That's all it was. Title, announcing the new title of the movie. So
nice. Yeah. Damn it! I was trying to get I was trying to share while you was talking, but anyway, it doesn't matter. All right. So now that Eli's done with that, we're going to talk about the one thing I had to talk about is something actually. The moment we dropped last week's podcast, this dropped, and we'll talk about this. And I was like, wait a minute, we could wait because now this news is old because it was back in Monday. But we're going to talk about it anyway. So
it's a throwback, yeah.
It was a throwback. So, yeah, for those that don't know. No, you know what? No, before we get there, some of us want to talk about Halloween celebrity costumes. Because there was some that dropped this week. Some of those are still dropping after they act like Halloween's not over with yet.
Well, it fell on a weekend, so it's Halloween. It's still Halloween weekend.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Technically,
it's still people are still like dropping costumes and stuff like that. Be like, yeah, I could have did this last week and been done with it. Now it's November. Now you seem like you dragging your ass with this. Yeah. Oh, also before we get to it, also want to throw this graphic up. Like, share, subscribe. Okay.
Oh yeah, our little
We get like
our
I said, all the money
swag.
goes
We
back.
got swag.
Look at it. Look at the production value, Eli.
Yes, yeah. Man,
All right.
moving on up.
Yeah. All right. So the first one we're gonna do, like I said, some celebrity ones. Oh no, not that. Oh, can I talk about that? Let me talk about that. Let me talk.
Sure, let's talk about that.
Let's talk. Do you know what I was gonna talk about?
Yeah, I know. I noticed.
Okay,
Yeah.
I threw that thing out. We're gonna talk about it since I posted up. I'm gonna talk about it anyway. So, like I said, if you don't know, those who don't know, like in Mississippi, there was this big thing that happened this week of what it was like 6 monkeys. There was like lab monkeys that had all kind of stuff in them, like hepatitis, HIV, COVID, all kind of stuff. They just pumped them up, stuff like that, and they ran loose in Mississippi. They shot 5 of them. Well, caught 5 of them, but the 6th one got shot today. So, good news on that.
So they got them all.
They got them all. Yeah.
Okay.
So no more COVID 5.0 or whatever we got going on with that.
So
yeah,
we avoided an outbreak movie.
Hopefully, unless we find out it was 7 monkeys. Because people in Mississippi are stupid enough to like catch a monkey and then try to like make it a pet.
Yeah,
like, try to hug it and stuff like.
No, shit! It turns out one of them had super AIDS or something.
Right. Now Mississippi just become the Walking Dead in 2 weeks and all this shit like that. So yeah. Anyway, no, that's what I want to talk about. This is what I want to talk about. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. One of the costumes we're gonna put there. So this is Jonathan Majors and Making Good. We all know about Jonathan Majors. Like I said, we talk about him like all the time on this podcast. And they dressed up as this. Now, some people are like, oh, he's dressing up as Ramatut from from Kang, like Ramatut as Kang and then kind of Egyptian prince, stuff like that. That's not who he was dressing up as. He was dressing up as Eddie Murphy in Michael Jackson's Remember the Time. I don't know how I forgot how young people are. That's like 30 years
Yeah,
ago.
that's like when I was in high school. So.
Yeah.
and I was in high school in the 90s.
In the bar, in the drink, what about so I just want to
all right, man. Go take it on home. Man.
You gotta do the scat, man. You gotta do the scat at the end of it. It's not fair if you don't do it anyway. That's one. What's another one I got? I don't even know what I'm brother press right here. Oh, we're gonna come back to that. Oh, I didn't get the last one. Fuck it, don't matter like that. We're going to the next one. I had another one going up, had it ready up, but I didn't do it, so we're going to go from that one. All right, so the next thing I actually did want to talk about. Sorry, Eli, I took 2. I'm doing 2 in a row. The one I'm going to do because like they had Vogue France did in Paris. Vogue did a like a fashion show or something like that, like for Hollywood, and they brought like a whole bunch of Hollywood people out there, stuff like that. And they did this thing where they were like celebrating Hollywood. One of they celebrated was Ruth Carter, who was like this Oscar-winning designer. I think she did the costumes for Sinners. So Oscar season up for that. She probably gonna rack up then. She did the Oscar for Coming to America, and she did the fashion. She did the designs for Black Panther. So they decided to honor her doing the Black Panther like fashion walk, whatever like that. And you guys brought out some of the actors from there. Like I said, we got Denai Guerrera, Okoye are showing up.
Oh yeah,
and Tiana Taylor. Now, no, Tiana Taylor has not been in these movies, anything like that, but Tiana Taylor has been fan casted in these movies. One of the characters they wanted her to play is Madam Slay. Okay, I know nobody knows who Madam Slay is. I read the Black Panther run in the 70s. Madam Slay was Killmonger's girlfriend. So when Black Panther killed Killmonger, Madam Slay got revenge on him. So yeah, that's
okay.
Pretty goofy character. I don't see that working live action, but hey, for cosplay for Halloween, hey, why not? So yeah,
it's a deep cut.
It's a deep cut, and plus I'd be like, I don't know if that character works, but people are gonna piss if you don't do it. So yeah. But after, like I said, we had the Dora Milaje walkout. Then you also had Angela Bassett walkout. Even though they killed off in these movies, she came back anyway. Did her stroll, did her walk, stuff like that. I'm like, okay, that's pretty damn cool. Then after she did her walk, Damson Idris came out. Now, for those who know who Damson Idris is, Damson Idris was in Snowfall. I don't know if you've seen that show, Eli. I'm hearing some.
I watched like a few episodes. Yes,
Apparently, people are saying it's a great show I've made. I didn't watch it, but cool. Glad y'all like it. But he was in that Brad Pitt movie, F1.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see it, but I'm gonna give y'all a heads up. It'll be on Apple Plus TV. I think on December 7th. I think. I gotta check my notes. But it's coming up soon. So if y'all don't want to go to the movies and don't want to pay for it, it'll be on Apple TV Plus. Just watch right there and boom, that's it. I'm hearing he's doing really good in it. I mean, like if you can act toe to toe with Brad Pitt, you pretty much can write your own ticket at that point. Yeah. But that wasn't just it. Like I said, Damson Idris did the walk down there, model instruct, all black and stuff like that. Then after the show was over with, he's walking hand in hand with Angela Bassett. Then it had me thinking like, whoa, what's going on here?
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's some other photos at the end where he was just like, they had the whole cast there and he was just chilling with the cast. I'm like, what, Marvel, what are we doing? Are we soft launching Black Panther? T'Challa? Are we doing that right now?
Oh, okay. I thought.
Where'd you think I was going with this?
I thought Angela got her groove back or some shit.
Probably so. I don't know. I mean, hey, have you seen her? What she look like? Hey,
she's
just saying,
like fine wine. Yes,
yeah. But yeah, that's all I'm saying. So people are already, the reports are already out there right now. Oh, Marvel just announced the new Black Panther, announced the new T'Challa like that. Like they didn't announce anything. This was just a fashion show. That's all it was. But the point is, of course, they can't do any of that stuff, anything without Marvel's permission. So they had to run it by Marvel before they even did any of that stuff, because he walked out with the Black Panther cast. So it's like, okay, we're gonna see what we're going on with this. So
he's T'Challa's son or whatever.
Please don't do that stupid ass arc. I'm T'Challa Jr. I don't want to do that. No, make him a variant, make him multiverse. I know y'all hate the multiverse. I don't give a shit. Make a multiverse, jump him from another universe, and then make him the main T'Challa. I don't want T'Challa Jr. I don't want that shit. So I know it's what they were setting up. I don't care. Write that shit out. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, like I said, is he a good pick for him? Yeah, he's a great pick. Like I said, the dude can act his ass off. He was acting side by side with Brad Pitt. So, and plus he looks Black Panther-y or whatever like that. I guess. I don't know. I just made up a word, but whatever like that, So yeah, great pick. If that's the choice that's it, now I feel like Marvel, if y'all back out of this and don't do it, we're gonna feel cheated. Because Marvel will love to do this shit. They're like, oh, we're just gonna do something else. Just do a misdirection. Don't do a misdirect. Don't bait and switch us. That's for fucks y'all up every single time. We tell you what we want. We're cool with the guy. We want the guy to play the role. Make the guy the role. Give him the role. Sign the contract. Get done with it. That's all I got. Okay, I'm good. I'm done.
Shia LaBeouf will be the new Black Panther.
Exactly. That's what they're gonna do. Subvert expectations.
Oh, you're racist.
Right, and if you say anything about it, you're racist and a sexist and you piece of shit. Oh man. All right. Now I'm throwing it to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna set you up. Okay.
All right.
Now, like I said, we got. I didn't watch this, but Eli watched this. I watched. I think an episode of this. But the point is, we're going to now, for those that have been long listeners of the podcast, they know that we have a list of banned topics. Let's go throw them up there. Bam. I know y'all all see them because y'all always make fun of us on this stuff. Also, like, can Will Smith beat Darth Vader or slap the shit out of Darth Vader? I don't know, man. Fuck, we just throw the shit up here. So the point is, that is the banned topics. So, but this time on this podcast, we're going to break that rule not once but twice because we're going to combine two banned topics into one.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars and anime. So
yes, we are.
And Eli's gonna bring it home to you. So Eli,
even though we've done it before.
We've done it before. No, we've never done it before, Eli. This is the first time ever we're breaking.
Okay, yes. For those who don't know,
we don't know. This is the first time we're ever talking about this stuff on here at the same time.
All right. Yes.
All right. So I'm now I'm ready to set up. So.
Okay, yes, Star Wars Visions Season 3 dropped the other day, and I got a chance to watch it. Yeah, for those who don't know, Star Wars Vision is the animated anthology series on Disney Plus, basically doing standalone, non-canon Star Wars stories in animation style. Usually it's there are anime stories, but then there's some other seasons there's like other experimental different styles of animation. We've had claymation, stop motion, they kind of mix it up, but this season 3 is primarily just all anime, except for one. There's like one kind of experimental one, and they vary. Some are cool, some are more memorable, some are a little forgetful. Of course we have the continuation of the Ronin. There's a bounty hunter one that was pretty cool, a smuggler one. There was a really trippy story about a stormtrooper, kind of his last moments on the Death Star before it blows up. So it sort of goes it was like a really trippy mind trip of kind of like his life flashing before his eyes, kind of like, and it just sort of explores. It's sort of like like an exploration of like deeper themes of life, death, good and evil, light and dark, and kind of an interesting comment on war. Kind of like how Andor explored more complicated, topics, like that. I think that's what this did. It's not so much like a narrative story, more than just sort of like a meditation on the nature of war and what it does to the humanity. Basically, it's underneath the stormtrooper helmet was a human, and he had emotions and feelings and kind of going back, like he wasn't just this mindless drone, kind of like what they did with Finn and kind of fucked it up with Finn, in the prequels. Finn was like this, he wasn't this like mindless, faceless drone, he was like the stormtrooper that questioned authority and was a free thinker and thought for himself. And I really felt that was a cool idea that they never really ever explored ever again in the prequel series, or the sequel series, sorry. So that was kind of that one stood out. There was the smuggler story of where this smuggler, she's like a female Han Solo, and she ends up joining the rebellion. She takes this job with the old lady Jedi and joins the rebellion. There was a really cool story about a Jedi who loses a duel to a Sith and gets blinded, and she basically spends the episode, she's blind now, she can't see, but then she has to learn how to use the Force to see, which I thought was a pretty cool thing. A toad talks to her, voiced by George Takei.
Oh, he's jumping franchises. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, he's now in the Star Wars universe. But I thought that was pretty cool, especially since, again, back to the sequel, the Disney sequels, the unmade, was his name Colin Trevorrow? He was his original script. He was originally supposed to direct the third movie. After The Last Jedi, and his original script had Rey becoming blind. Rey lost her sight in a duel or in a fight, and she was blind for the most of the movie, and had to learn to use the Force and be like the blind samurai. So I thought that was a cool idea, but again, that we know what happened. They made Rise of Skywalker instead. The smuggler story.
Hey, Jake, what's going on?
Hey, Jake's in the house. What up? Of course, the bounty hunter story was cool, and the Ronin story. So yes, there was another story that I noticed that they're revisiting. Like, hey, is this characters from another story? And it is. There's one story that they're kind of continuing from season 1, but the most consistent one is the Ronin story, the black and white Akira Kurosawa sort of Jedi story. It's in black and white. It's inspired by Kurosawa films, and it's an ex-Jedi Sith hunter, with really cool lightsaber duels. And this story is like the third. So yeah, this is season 3. So that's been consistent. There's been they even made a comic book, which I actually reviewed a couple years ago.
Okay. Tied into this. Okay.
Yeah. This Sith hunter, he's an ex-Sith hunting Siths, and he comes in. Yeah, there's an ex-Jedi who's hunting Siths, and he's like a robotic Jedi. Anyway, he invades, and this Ronin Jedi ends up protecting this village from this invading Jedi order. They're like fanatics. What are they called? The Guardians or something. They're like a sort of like Jedi fanatics, like hardcore Jedi, and we must bring balance and through any means necessary. And so it's like a final showdown, kind of like a Seven Samurai sort of a story arc. And there's Ewoks show up and with their traps, and it's a pretty cool. That's like the one that stands out the most. It's the Ronin story. So, yeah, this is just another season of different stories, non-canon. Cool ideas. Which I think the Star Wars universe could use more of. Just more stories branching out. There's a whole rich universe you can explore. Do that, then you can do whatever. The only thing I have to critique is that's all anime. Except for the Stormtrooper one, most of this is just anime. Whereas other seasons they kind of mixed up the animation styles. There was one from last season which I think is one of the best things the Star Wars Disney shit has ever produced. It was like a stop motion claymation story, from last season, which was it called In the Stars or something? These two,
Jake's doing the same thing. Why don't they do these ideas in the movies?
Yes, yeah. I mean, they should. I think.
Well, none of these people are working on the movies. That's one.
Yeah,
thing.
These are animation studios. I mean, by now, like I said, the Ronin story has been consistent. Why don't you just make that a series or make it a movie? Make an animated Star Wars movie with the Ronin character. Fucking throw it in
Baby
theaters.
Yoda in this? No, I don't think so.
No, there was no.
But they're making the Baby Yoda movie. So
there's no. That's the thing about the Star Wars vision is all non-canon. So there's no Vader. None of the characters. This is all non-canon stories, and it is cool to see other. Letting other creative artists sort of dip their hands in the Star Wars, and you get new perspectives. So, and that's my thing about this season. It's all just anime. All the stories are pretty much animation or anime, whereas other seasons mixed up animation styles. Like I said, the stop motion or claymation and other, just other animation styles, and it keeps it fresh. It mixes up. I felt like this with every story being an anime. It's sort of blended together, stories sort of blended together. That's about it. But other than that,
but it's not like a continuous narrative or anything that ties together. Okay, all right.
Yeah, they're all separate stories, and they're short. They're 15, 20 minutes long. It's a breezy watch. So yeah, I dig these. I think that it's one of the coolest things new Star Wars things that they've been doing lately. And I enjoyed it for the most part, and I would love to see expanded versions of these or a series. Like I said, I think if they did a Ronin movie and released it in theaters, that would fucking sell like hotcakes. I think that would bring asses in the seat. You can hook the animation crowd or the anime crowd, the anime kids.
So you're saying leave it as an anime?
Yeah, leave it as an anime and make a movie, make a full-length feature anime movie on the Ronin character. I think people would, it would do good. It might not make $1 billion, but it would bring in another crowd. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we don't have to stick to this story, the Skywalker story. We don't have to stick into this 30-year period, we're kind of stuck in. Even the Mando and Baby Yoda, we're still in that era. The Skywalker era, you know what I mean?
Well, you may be on something with this anime. Let's look at the box office of 2025. All the animation in there. The number one animated movie, like I said, Asia 2 billion, 1.9 that came out of China alone. Lilo and Stitch. I know we don't give a fuck about it, but still animation counts. Demon Slayer. What else we got here?
Yeah.
So all of those movies are animation, making big bank at the buck. So why you right? Star Wars probably should think about making an animated Star Wars movie.
Yeah, and
make it a big thing. Don't just Disney Plus it. Make it have a big rollout with it.
Yeah, because Star Wars really isn't big in China or Asia.
Yeah.
I don't know about Japan
because they didn't grow up with it.
Yeah, it's not. That doesn't have. It's not in this. It's not the cultural phenomenon it was.
Here, nostalgia is 70% of Star Wars right now.
Yeah. I mean, it was culture. Most kids don't. Yeah, there's kids in their 20s that they're not kids, but who haven't grown up with Star Wars, who haven't seen. There's a whole generation that hasn't seen Star Wars, doesn't give a shit about Star Wars, but they grew up on Pokemon and fucking anime.
That's their Star Wars.
Yeah, that's yeah. So I think do that. They should just do that. Any one of these, like I said, the smuggler story could have been a cool movie too. All these stories could be. You can expand on them. A lot of cool ideas out there, and it just keeps the universe fresh. And that's the one thing about Star Trek. There's 1,000 Star Trek shows from all these different time periods. Is it like Deep Space Nine, like thousands of years from the original series and Next Generation?
No, it's not. It was actually the same time as Next Generation.
Oh, well, what do I know?
Okay.
Well, maybe, yeah.
Well, actually, okay.
Yeah, well, fuck it. Fuck Star Trek. I don't give a shit. But the point is that, yes, it's a big, rich universe that can be explored and start, that's what I thought the Acolyte was going to be. They had all this, it was supposed to be hundreds of years before the Skywalker saga, but they still shoehorned Baby Yoda and other Jedi in, and they're still stuck in that era. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because of nostalgia. Oh, we need to have stormtroopers. We need to have a Jedi people will recognize, or no one's going to give a shit. And no, man, you don't. So yeah. Anyways, Star Wars Visions Season 3, pretty cool. 4 out of 5. Yeah, just the whole series. See all if you haven't seen any of them, watch them. And particularly the Ronin. They're the only ones that are a continuation, a continuity through all these seasons is the Ronin character. So okay. Yeah, that's all I got.
Cool. So, like I said, that actually went pretty smooth. Like I said, I'm gonna throw up the band tops one more time. So, like I said, we talked about for the first time ever Star Wars and anime on the podcast together in one podcast, and it actually went pretty smooth. So, yeah, maybe we'll do it again sometime. I don't know.
Yeah, and the next topic will be who would win, Will Smith or Zack Snyder.
Oh no! Who slaps who? Okay. All right. Can we move to the next part of the podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Eli, we're here. We're already here.
All right.
Yeah, let's get to it. Because this is what we really want to talk about right tonight anyway.
This should have been like the main. This should have been the thumbnail.
Well, no, you can't do a thumbnail on this because people won't show up. But when
they will, man. They will.
When I clip it, there you go.
Yeah.
Then you get right to that, and that's it. So yeah, we're gonna be there. So like I said,
we can finally rage bait.
Right. Speaking of, I'm glad you started this up. Okay, like I said, this is Comic Book Bullies. We talk about comic books. We're gonna jump into it, and Eli, I'm gonna let you go first. But don't start off with what you go in and start off. Don't start with the big one yet.
Okay.
Start off with the other one.
All right. Well, okay. So X-VENGERS number 1.
X-VENGERS. Okay. Now I have to ask you why.
I have to represent, man. Okay. I gotta represent.
Represent
obligation.
Colossus? I'm confused.
Obligation. Yes. Out of obligation.
Emma Frost, White Queen? What are we doing?
No, she ain't in this.
Okay. I'm saying, what are we representing in this? That's what I'm saying. I know nothing about this book.
Oh, it's X-VENGERS. This is Captain Danny Moonstar. Danny Moonstar is Captain America.
Okay. All right.
So you can clip this and we can get some more rage bait clicks out of this.
Maybe you're gonna say your new Captain America. That's
yes, your new Captain America.
Your new Captain America.
Yeah, Danny Moonstar, Captain America for life.
Oh man,
yeah,
you got a problem with that? We gotta add that.
Yeah, pussies, and marinate on that shit, bitches.
Let's take it a step further. Danny Moonstar, Captain America movie in 2028. Mm-hmm. Let's really drive it home.
So yeah, X-VENGERS. So this is an Age of Revelations tie-in. Mm-hmm. Which I have not read at all, and I have no idea what was going on.
It's another it basically brought back Age of Apocalypse.
So. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. All I kind of know is there's some sort of mutant gene virus that infected the world, I guess, and turned some people into mutants, killed others, and it's kind of just fucking up the world. That's all I really know. And I should pull this up. Let me pull up this book. So this has it starts off at the Steve Rogers Memorial, because I guess Steve Rogers died.
Oh damn. Okay.
And before he died, he gave the shield to Danny Moonstar.
Danny Moonstar. Oh, so Danny Moonstar didn't kill him and take him shield in combat?
No,
Okay.
he actually gave it to her.
I thought they were like really gonna go there. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. But she's worthy. That's cool. Okay.
Yeah. And she's now the leader of this new version of Avengers. You know, I guess like I said, everybody's been infected with this mutant gene. So that's why they're called X-VENGERS, because they're mutants too, and Avengers. So they're mutant Avengers. So of course we have
that Unity Squad Captain America invented. So okay.
So yeah, we have Captain America, who's Danny Moonstar. We have a Hawkeye with like 6 arms. You know.
Okay.
We have Vision, who's been infected with the technovirus, the Warlock virus. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the friend says this. You know.
Warlock. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Giant Man or Variable Man, I guess his name is. Black Widow, who is now Water Willow. And
is there a story behind that, or is just
I don't know. I'm sure there is in another book because I haven't read any of this Age of Revelation shit.
I don't know why this even a thing. Like, is Apocalypse back, or who killed who?
I don't know. I was hoping you would know since you're the X guy.
When Hickman left, I left. So
Cannonball's on the team, and Shang-Chi, who basically everything he touches shatters to glass, shatters like glass. So he's like
what was that anime? What was that anime? That Fist of the North Star?
Oh,
you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Awesome. Yeah.
So that's the team. Like I said, the book starts out. They're at the Steve Rogers Memorial, and then a bunch of like raging asshole bigots come and like, you're not my Captain America, and you're a disgrace, and you're not capable of being Captain America, and all that shit. You know, just representing the online, you know, anti-woke, whiny fanboys.
Captain America. All that shit. So
if it's not a straight white guy, it's woke, and that means woke shit is ruining the world, and you know, because a comic book with a Native American chick is ruining their fragile little lives.
Right.
They're all pissing and moaning about that.
Marvel, the world outside our window.
Yes. Anyways, the Skrulls end up invading because, like, hey, the world's fucked up. Let's invade. You know.
You might as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and Danny Moonstar, you know, X-VENGERS assemble, and they fight the Skrulls off and demonstrate that, you know, they are the new Avengers. You know, the new mightiest heroes or whatever the fuck. You know, so that it's just the rest of the book is just them fighting off the Skrull invasion. We get to see everybody whoop ass. Danny Moonstar uses her psychic abilities to charge the shield and fly around like Cap does, ricochet the fucking shield around.
But she's using her powers to do it. So okay.
Yeah. Cool. Shang-Chi is like exploding people with one touch. And then but somehow that Warlock virus, the technovirus, is now mutating and consuming everything. And that's kind of where the book ends, to be continued. Like I said, this is just a tie-in. So I don't think this is going to be canon. So everybody bitching about not my Captain America, you know. How can Captain America be a woman when there's a man in the White House? You know?
Right.
Those motherfuckers bitching about this shit. Yeah, calm down. It's just a tie-in. Everything's gonna get wrapped up in a month or two, and you know, your white boy will be back with the shield. So
until they canonize this and make it a thing, or the movie that will be made from this will take from this one X-VENGERS comic,
Captain America 5.
There you go.
Danny
and if you
Moonstar.
complain about it, you don't read fucking comics. So there you go. I can't wait, Eli. I can't wait.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, this is just a tie-in. And I haven't read any of the other books, so I don't know what's going on in the whole Age of Revelation thing. So yeah, overall, I'll give this a 4 out of 5. It was enjoyable. The art's cool. The action's cool. Danny is proving to be a capable leader. She was the leader of the fucking New Mutants. So, you know, what the fuck?
And right in time for Indigenous Month.
And And there you go. Segue. Down, down, down. Or should I go? Down, 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 down. Yeah, since it's Native American Heritage Month, it's November. I figured let's do a Native American comic book character highlight each week. And since we're on this one, let's highlight Danny Moonstar.
All right.
So this week's Native American comic book character appreciation moment, or whatever we're going to call it. Is that what we're going to call it?
We'll workshop it. Yeah.
Untitled right now. To be announced. TBA. So yeah, Danny Moonstar, aka Mirage, aka Psyche. She's had a bunch of AKAs. New Mutant. Her debut is in New Mutants #4. She was the leader of the New Mutants, the teenage X-Men. She has the ability. She's a Native American female from the Cheyenne tribe. She was kind of shunned as because she was a mutant. She was an outcast. She has the ability to create illusions and like kind of bring everyone's your greatest fear to life. That's like her power, her mutant power. And then she can create psychic arrows because she's native.
But she has a real arrow, right? Bow and arrow. I thought
she does. But what's the point when you can just make psychic bow and arrow?
Well, that's true. Yeah. Okay.
Not a psychic machine gun, but psychic arrow. Like I said, she grew up on the res. She was an outcast because that's mutants were like the new minorities. That was the comment of the X-Men, that they were another marginalized group. And yeah, she was kind of shunned by her tribe. Her grandfather in the old canon, her grandfather was killed by like the Hellfire Club, and she swore revenge, and that's where Professor X takes her in. I got this teenage team of mutants. Why don't you join them? And that's how she becomes a member of the New Mutant Squad. And she ends up becoming the leader. She ends up becoming a Valkyrie at one point. She ends up becoming an Avenger. And a member of X-Force too. She was on X-Force. Yeah.
I mean, when New Mutant kind of morphed into X-Force, they all kind of bleed together. So
yeah, that's right. That's where New Mutants that's where X-Force grew out of the New Mutants. Deadpool, Cable, they made their
Domino,
debuts. Yeah, they made their debut in New Mutants in the early 90s. So she is one of the few Native American comic book characters which has this rich history in Marvel Comics. So yeah, I figure I just highlight her this month, Native American Heritage Month. We're a comic book podcast. Highlight some Native American comic book characters. So check out Danny Moonstar, check out the New Mutants, and particularly the Demon Bear saga.
Yes, which reviewed on here.
We did review that. Yes, we reviewed the Demon Bear saga. That will highlight her character, her history, and it's just a cool story. It is one of the cooler New Mutant stories, and it's kind of like got a horror feel to it.
Like you can tell it was in the 80s, rather than when slashers were the #1 movie.
It was very much like a
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. And that was the shitty movie, the shitty New Mutants movie, based that was based on the Demon Bear saga.
They just fucked it up, but
they just fucked it up. Yes. But we implore you to read the Demon Bear comic book.
Check out a review.
Or check out a review.
Yeah. Shameless plug. Yeah.
There you go. Yes, we have reviewed it. We went balls deep. We went in an in-depth review.
Yeah. Broke down all that stuff, everything in it. So yeah.
Yes. So it is a classic run. So Danny Moonstar, aka Mirage, aka Moonstar, aka Psyche. Check her out. Native female, kicking ass. And that's all I want. So yeah, did I give a score on the book? 4 out of 5 on the X-VENGERS book. So.
Okay, cool. All right. So first book I'm going to do, not that book, another book. We're sticking with Marvel. Okay. The book I'm going to do is I'm completely screwing up. Imperial number 4.
Okay.
Okay. This is actually the last book in this series. The ending.
Okay.
We're done. Yeah. See it, throw it in there. Okay, yeah. So basically, this is how, like I said, the book started off with the Empire of Wakanda getting framed for assassinating 5 galactic leaders, and now the entire universe is trying to wage war on them. But then they find out it's really about the Inhumans, really set that shit up. So now everybody's is on all-out war in the middle of the center of the universe. That's where we're at right now. So yeah, I'm shrinking it down as much as possible I can. But yeah, let's go to it. Oh no, we'll do this. Boom. Let's go to it. All right. So the book starts off. I'm gonna try to. This is a long book, so I'm trying to keep it simple as much as possible. Point is, okay. So now that they find out that the Inhumans are behind everything, and the Skrulls are taking the rap for it, they're sending this entire space fleet direct to this Citadel planet city called Fulcrum. Everybody's there. The Shi'ar, the Kree, everybody there. But the Shi'ar, while they're headed there, just found out that they're in the middle of a civil war back home, so they left. So even though if they took the Shi'ar with them, they would have easily ended this fight. Now they can't, because you got Gladiator, like basically Marvel Superman. He's gone. He's not here. So they got to figure shit out by themselves. So all they got, and also Black Panther is teaming up with 2 Hulks. One is the Incredible, and the other one is the totally awesome one. So yeah. And so Black Panther's trying to hack into the spaceship. I mean, the space shuttle or Fulcrum, stuff like that. And Hulk is just saying, just get me in there, T'Challa. I'll take care of the rest, because he's pissed. One of the leaders that was killed was his son. So yeah, so we go to that one. Oh, and you get these accusers because they were able to break into into the Fulcrum spaceship, and what they did is that they jammed the doors, basically making it so the rest of the people can flood in and stuff like that. And they're just killing Skrulls left and right, just knocking them out, shit like that. And then they're just like, oh man, all we got is a few more Skrulls to kill up front. We ain't got to worry about this shit. And then one Skrull's in front, like, oh, I'm the not Skrulls, Skrull. I'm the one you got to worry about. And who's standing in front of them? Super Skrull, the OG Super Skrull, the first one, the main one, Kalert, not the other bullshit ones we saw like that. No, the real one. So he's just like, oh, y'all got to get through me. And they're like, hey, yeah, rush ups like that. They're dead by the next page. Yeah, he kills both of them and then takes their hammers. Yeah, you're like, send me more. That's so cute. So then you got the other shit. What we got here? They finally get to the inside of them. So you got all the Hulks and Black Panther chopping their way through Skrulls, getting to the middle and stuff like that. And the humans just chilling, just sitting back watching all this madness just fold back, because they want the universe to like destroy itself because of the shit they did, like that. The child doing this cool. And that's one thing I didn't like about this book. The art is so fucking cluttered. I didn't know what the hell was going on half the time. I just know a bunch of shit happening, but
that's
yeah, it's a lot of.
That's a lot of panels.
It's a lot of. It's very busy. Very busy. Yeah.
Well, that page not so much, but the last page that was a lot.
That's a lot going on right here. It's still a lot going on right here. Also, I do like this page that Hulk just walks in and just like ground smashes a bunch of Skrulls. Get the fuck out of my way. Yeah. And then Black Bolt just walks in and he's teleported in with lights, but they don't know Black Bolt is here, because he's like in the shadows doing shit, whatever the fuck like that, Oh, Wiccan and Hulkling are in space, stranded on there, and American soldiers to rescue them. So yeah, that's the thing. Nova, Shuri, and Star-Lord are also. So what they're trying to do, they know the real secret. They know that the Inhumans behind them. So what they're going to do is get on a intercom in the middle of the Citadel and tell everybody the Skrulls are innocent. The Inhumans are the one that assassinated everybody. But when they do that, the Skrulls are stopping it from doing that. So yeah, so you got Super Skrull fighting totally awesome Hulk, smash him down, and then you got Ronin. Also shows up, like I said, he leaves the crease like that. So this is what I like right here. So Ronin and Super Skrull, they have a very, very interesting relationship. They're basically like worst enemies, but also best friends, because they hate each other's races, but they recognize each other and respect each other as warriors. Basically like, Super Skrull is basically like the Skrull Superman. They've had stories where he was protagonist, because this shit is all perspective or, point of view from stuff like that. So they're basically like fighting like, nah, we finally warriors, they look at each other like equals and shit like that. So this cool ass panel right here, Super Skrull holding 2 accuser hammers because he just killed them guys. And Ronin's going in like, now you facing a real accuser now, and going at him. And Super Skrull beats his ass too. But before he could kill him, who stops him? I think Hulk. Or Black Panther. or Hulk and Black Panther. Oh, Amadeus Cho. The fuck? Okay, he stops him. And then before he can do anything, Super Skrull takes his ass out. So now you got Black Panther, Hulk, and Black Bolt. I think, yeah, they're all fighting him all at the same time. And Super Skrull is holding his own with all of them. Like that, like he basically the Fantastic Four. If the Fantastic Four was an assassin, that's basically like him, how he using their powers and shit like that. So yeah, so they finally end him by black bolting him, like and then Hulk smashes, and that's done. So before Shuri, not Nomad, Nova, Shuri, Nova, and Star-Lord can tell the universe that the Inhumans behind this shit. They've already taken out the scrolls, and Black Bolt's just like, what you gonna do now? I mean, you might well let them take the fall because they actually did do this shit that we just tricked them doing it, but they still did it. So yeah, that's what's going on right now. So now what's going on? It's a week later. They've put everything back together, and basically the universe is now some galactic kingdom or some shit like that. And at the international thing of Wakanda, T'Challa has taken back his throne. He is king again. They've done away with that democracy and that communism and all that bullshit. He's a king, democracy. So thank Hickman for bringing this shit back. And what else you got here? And Star-Lord is the leader of the universe. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, and Hulk gets a message from She-Hulk. She's like, Bruce, you said you're gonna be back in 2 days. It's been way past 2 days. So come here and get me. I'm ready to go back to Earth. Because you don't come get me, I'm gonna come get you. And if I come get you, I'm gonna be very angry, and you won't like me when I'm angry. So yeah. Oh, and Inhumans have their own throne now, even though everybody knows they're a piece of shit and they started the whole thing. They basically covered the shit up. Why? I don't know why they covered the shit up. They just did. They kicked out Maximus, but Maximus is like, y'all gonna get some bullshit. When you get some bullshit coming back, I'm good at so yeah. And yeah, what else we got? Star-Lord is Star-Lording, and yeah. So and all this. So technically, this was really just a launch of a bunch of other books that's about to come out. Nova's getting another book. Wiccan's getting the book. Black Panther's getting a space book, and they're getting the Imperial Guardians. So I guess Star-Lord, since he's king of the universe, he's going to start his own Guardians team, but under him. So yeah, I shouldn't click that, but I'm clicking it. No, I'm not gonna click that. I'm gonna click it. I gotta click it. Curiosity. Let's see. Spam. And there goes. We're gonna get a virus. Okay. So yes, what I think about this book, kind of mismatchy. I knew what it was going to. I thought this book was going. I knew it had a purpose, but it really just Hickman just doing shit to kind of like launch a whole bunch of space books. So instead of just one contained story, I'm like, I guess. All right. I kind of got sick of Black Panther space. I want them like regular, but whatever. And we get a Nova book. So yeah, let's see what that does. Oh, Nova and Star-Lord hate each other because Nova knows about the Inhuman bullshit and Star-Lord covered it up. So they're like at odds with each other now. So yeah. So basically Star-Lord's the villain now. So yeah. Overall, yeah, 3.5 out of 5. The first off that like I said, that action, them panels, way too much bullshit going on there. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I had to read this shit like 2 or 3 times going on. T'Challa's kind of acting out of character because he knows the Inhumans did that bullshit anyway, and he don't care. Like they just letting shit slide. So it's just like everybody seems to be acting out of character. Why is Hulk letting this shit slide? Out of anybody else, I can see understanding by like I'm gonna be reasonable about this shit, pragmatic. This is the Hulk. All he does is whoop ass. That's all. Why don't he just whoop somebody's ass? He should go to Inhumans place right now and whoop everybody's ass right now, but he don't do shit. He just like, I'm going back to Earth. I'm just like, okay, so I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess. I don't know. But yeah. I'm gonna throw it to you, Eli. Okay, back to you.
Well,
now we can do it. Now we
the only other book, did you read this?
I did. Well, yeah, I did, yeah.
Well, do you want to let's tag team?
Okay. I was gonna let you quarterback that. We just doing the first story.
Okay, yeah. There was 3 stories. So this is Absolute Batman Annual number 1. Yeah. There was 3 stories in it, but everyone's talking about the main story.
Right.
Written by Daniel Warren Johnson. I'm a huge fan. I love his shit.
Which is why I don't want to step on your toes, Eli.
Oh. Well, I'm just saying you usually go panel by panel and shit. And
I still do that. I'm just saying I don't want to step on your toes. That's all.
So basically this is Daniel Warren Johnson, written and drawn. Absolute Batman. This is the absolute universe where Darkseid has made a new universe. So this is a separate universe.
Who would have thought Darkseid would have been DC's best writer?
Yeah. So absolute, and this is kind of like a prequel. It's Absolute Batman Year One. This is a younger Bruce Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
We start out with a flashback of the dad.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking to his dad about what makes men evil or hatred, and his dad's like, you know what? I don't know. I'm just one man. I can't really change the world, but you can teach people to not be assholes, basically. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so then we cut to, this is like up. So this is before the main Absolute Batman.
Yeah, the party animals and all that shit.
Yeah, so this is more like, this is like Year One, Absolute Batman Year One. So Bruce goes out of Gotham to a small town to pick up the weapons that he uses, and he notices there's like a tent of tent town of homeless people, immigrants. Turns out some giant corporation set up shop there, and they were, promised people all these jobs and to pick up the economy, and they were going to build a facility or whatever. But then they up and left, leaving all these folks out of jobs, out of work, no money. And then these dudes in pig masks kind of start beating on an immigrant woman and her child. Bruce goes out there and starts beating their ass, But then a priest shows up and sort of stops Bruce from beating these thugs.
No, he stopped the thugs from beating him.
Oh yeah.
They got to jump on him. So yeah.
So that's what happened. There you go. Good job. See. The thugs start getting the better of Bruce. The priest jumps in and saves Bruce. Basically takes him back to his, basically nurses Bruce's injuries, and kind of apologizes. Hey, I grew up with those kids. They used to be cool, but turns out some.
Well, I think it was they never mentioned. They didn't mention some guy came.
Yeah, some guy came to town and started feeding them all this bigoted crap. Spouting all this bigotry. The reason why your life sucks is because of colored folks. That type of shit. Mm-hmm. While he's in there, Bruce notices a photo a photo of the priest, and it turns out the priest was like an activist. He's like a hippie or whatever, and used to go to protest against war and preach nonviolence and stuff, and just sort of says you can't fight hatred with more anger, with more hatred. Mm-hmm. But Bruce is like fuck it, he suits up, and goes and finds that this white supremacist asshole has gathered all the thugs together. Mm-hmm. And the cops to go raid.
Right. He just like we're gonna stop you, and then they just look at each other like no, and they just start laughing like no, we're not here to stop anybody.
Look, some of those who work horses, killing in the name of do 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 do. So they're about to go. The white supremacist thugs and the cops are about to go raid the immigrant tent town, but Batman shows up and
before he shows up, why he shows up? Get that one guy.
He's gonna do his Elon Musk salute,
right? But before he can finish the salute.
He's given to it. Batman shows up and cracks his arm. That's a whole 2-page spread.
Yeah.
And of course,
that pissed everybody off with that. So
So and then Batman goes to town and starts whooping ass. And then the priest jumps in and says, "No, this is not how we do it. Violence is not the way." But Batman's like, no, this is my way. Oh, yes, I got to mention that Batman hit the one-winged angel on he slams one of the guys with a one-winged angel, which is Kenny Omega's finisher move in AEW. Kenny Omega is a pro wrestler, for those who don't know, and that's his finishing move. The one-winged angel, Daniel Warren Johnson. he's a huge wrestling fan, and he's been drawing a lot of wrestling moves in a lot of his comics. In the Transformers runs, people are doing power bombs. He did the do the power bomb comic, which is awesome. I think that won awards. So it was cool to see this. And actually, Kenny Omega saw this and retweeted it and said, "I'm Batman." And all that. So that's just a cool little, geeking out, like pro wrestling geeky stuff. So anyways, the priest steps in and tries to break it up and tells Batman violence is not the way, but Batman's like, "This is my way." And then he goes and finds a giant bulldozer dump truck thing.
That's his Batmobile.
That becomes his Batmobile. So this is, like I said, this is absolute Batman year one. We're seeing how Batman gets his Batmobile. And he takes that dump truck thing and goes and raids the white supremacist hideout and burns them up, rams in, burns them up with a flamethrower. And then after that, he reflects. He's sort of reflecting and brooding, and he remembers the photo that the priest had, and in that photo was his father, Thomas Wayne. So it turns out that priest and Thomas Wayne knew each other. So and that goes back to back to the beginning when Bruce was asking his dad, young Bruce was asking his dad, like, why is there hatred? How do we fight hatred? And what do we do about this? What do we do about the violence in the world? And, his dad, it turns out his dad was an activist as well, who preached nonviolence and basically said, you just gotta, hopefully teach people and inspire people. And no matter what you do, I'll be proud of you, So, and that's Daniel Warren Johnson. Daniel Warren Johnson always finds the heart of the story, and then we're left. The last panel is Bruce just brooding, which is
look like he's crying to me.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's the flip of that's Daniel Warren Johnson flipping the script. That's always an iconic image of Batman brooding, just leaning and brooding over the city, pissed off and angry. But in this photo, he's actually sad.
Because he doesn't know if his dad would be happy with the stuff he's doing.
Yes. Yeah. And that's where we get to this whole theme of what do we do? How do we solve this problem? How do we solve hatred? How do we solve bigotry? How do we solve racism? Is it through violence, non-violence? This is some Malcolm X, Martin Luther King shit. That's what we're left to question at the end in that last panel. Batman doesn't, he's a man of violence, but he's even questioning how do I do this? But this is also where Batman decides, this is where he adopts his no kill rule, because he was burning motherfuckers
like he's
up.
killing motherfuckers in this. Yeah. So
yeah, he was burning dudes early on, but now he's like, this is where I'm going to adopt a no kill policy. And, because that's what Batman does. He doesn't kill. But now, and so it, like I said, it sort of, goes a little deeper. I think Daniel Warren Johnson is going a little deeper as far as what is the solution to hatred. Do we just beat it out of people? Is it nonviolence? Do we try to change minds? It doesn't really answer anything. It just leaves us to ponder, what do we do about this?
You know what the funny thing about it is? Like, okay, first off, there was a big controversy about this book. For the people don't know, they haven't been paying attention. They don't mention the stuff we're going on. There were a lot of controversy. People were like, well, Batman's just beating the shit out of Nazis. Why should do that now? Here's my thing, Eli. Didn't comic books used to be, well, not comics, but just like if you beat up a Nazi in anything, we used to be okay with that.
Yeah.
We used to be fine with that. That used to be a thing. People didn't get used to being out of shape over stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now if you beat up a Nazi, people are going to be like, hey, man, why you beat him to a Nazi? Like, what the fuck? The people that are upset about beating up Nazis might be a Nazi. That might be the main giveaway for you. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that yeah.
I don't remember us, like, we've seen stuff like that, but I don't remember us ever getting upset over not getting the shit kicked out of. We used to celebrate
this is nothing
shit.
new.
The KKK, Nazi, that's just what we used to celebrate.
Yeah. Batman's done it before.
Yeah.
Superman's done it before. Captain America did it.
Yeah.
Like that's what they do.
But I'm saying now it's okay to do that. Now here's my thing, Eli. Like I said, if this comic would have dropped this comic right here, if this comic would have dropped in 2025, some people would be upset about this. Some people would be offended. Some people want to boycott Marvel over this. Like, how dare you beat up Hitler? Like, maybe the fact that you're sympathizing with Hitler may be the problem, like that. So I don't know. That's just me. Also, let's talk about Chuck Dixon. We're gonna bring it all around circles. Speaking of Nazis,
we almost got away with not having.
I was never going to get away from it. I was always going to come back to it. So yeah, because first we start off with your boy Daniel Ward Johnson, because he kind of lit the flames, not with this book, but with this image of here.
Yeah,
he put this on his Twitter thread, Facebook. I don't know wherever he put it at. He put on there with Batman choking the shit out of ice. And he was like, yeah, okay. So Chuck Dixon came back in with you gonna beat up ice? How about you beat up Antifa? You're like, come on, Chuck, don't do that. Now, the reason this is disturbing, the reason it's alarming, because Chuck Dixon wrote Batman comics for like 20 years. So this is his political views while he's writing this shit. This is why I'm so fucking hard on Batman, Eli, because it's this shit I grew up with this dude writing them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just me. But yeah. But I will give credit to Daniel Warren Johnson, because a lot of people, controversy aside, people say they have a problem with Batman putting out this sort of violence towards anybody for that reason. Yeah. And the crazy thing about it, that this book agrees with you. So anybody is saying that Batman was too hard on his people and was too violent against these people, shit like that, Daniel Warren Johnson is saying the exact same thing. Batman is wilding out too much on this. This isn't supposed to be subletory. This is not supposed to be torture porn on shit like that. We're supposed to be shocked about this stuff.
Yeah, as much as we like seeing Batman beat the shit out of racist assholes,
right?
Like the end of the comic makes you questions that. Like, what is how do you solve that?
Right. Are you solving hate with hate?
Yeah,
does that work?
That's why that picture of Batman brooding, he's not. It's like a tragedy. He's sad. Like is this what I have to do?
Right.
Like he's questioning how does he fight this? And that's what we all have to answer. And we don't, that's we're all left to ponder. Like, what do we do about this? Yeah, it's easy to get angry and want to punch away the problem and solve everything through violence, but that ain't going to solve it either. So yeah, that's what it does. Like I said, the best art always asks the questions and lets us ponder them.
Instead of just spilling it out for you.
Yeah, it doesn't give us the answers, or if it does, it sort of lets us come up with our own answer. But that's the point. And then Daniel Warren Johnson is saying that Batman isn't angry; he's just sad.
Right.
Which I think is a nice twist, and that's why I love his work, because he always gives this sort of emotional, depth to what's going on. There's always like this tragic, component to these characters and their motivations. And I found, he found a new motivation for Bruce, that there's this sadness that he's now realizing. Like, I can't be just an asshole who goes out and takes my trauma out on everybody.
Well, that's the thing about Absolute Batman. What I've noticed what Scott Snyder is doing is that he's not having Batman just beat up like random thugs, like which he is. But most of the time, Batman is going to the root of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
He's going after billionaires like Black Mass, what this big entrepreneur tycoon that ran half the city.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going after businessmen. We already know what the Joker is. Joker is one of the richest men in the universe. The Arch M is the government.
Yeah.
So he's not fighting low level shit. He's fighting the cause, the root of the problem. He's trying to get to the root of the problem in this.
Yeah.
Instead of just beating up purse snatchers and shit like that, or KKK racists like that. Why beat these guys when it's another reason that's causing these people to be these people? Go after that problem.
Yeah, it's again like it's the division. It's like it's keeping like the powers that be keeping us divided, blaming each other for why our lives suck.
Right.
When that's we all have this thing in common. We're all human, and our differences should be like celebrated instead of like knocked and but that's what makes this book stand out. You could, on the surface, it is this revenge fantasy, this sort of cathartic, you know, especially in our current
and that's the hook.
time.
That's the hook to get you into the book, or a talking point.
Yeah, it's fun to see Batman beat up Nazis. You know,
Right.
it's, you know, it's a cathartic release, but it asks the question: is that the answer? You know, and that's what makes this book, elevates this book from being just your regular punchy punch superhero beat 'em up. You know,
Right.
So yeah, 5 out of 5 for this story. You know,
5 out
of
of 5.
course,
Is
there's
this
more
our first
stories
5 out of 5, like joint 5 out of 5? Is this
on a Batman
on
story.
a Batman story? I think so. It probably is. So yeah.
You know,
Because
yeah,
the thing
there
is, because it's like Daniel Jones like said, gotcha. So anybody complaining about this book, like he's complaining with you over this shit. Like he's agreeing with you on this shit. That's the whole point about it. So
yeah, because you've had your criticisms of Batman that he just goes into the ghetto and beats up poor people because that's where the crime is, and that doesn't solve anything. That Batman could solve way more problems as Bruce Wayne, funding, you know, providing funding to, you know, marginalized communities, then going in and beating people up. You know, you make that argument all the time, and Daniel Warren Johnson is actually agreeing with you.
right.
You know, like is punching people the answer?
Right.
And not really. You know, you know, and it's like,
or maybe a mix of both.
Yeah, I mean, racism is a way of thinking, and you can't, especially voting. I mean, I think that, you know, if we're going to go into politics, the few times we go into politics, people get politics and culture mixed up. You know, culture is a way of life; it's a way of thinking, and right now, racism is a way of thinking. You can't vote away racism. You know, they've made anti-racist laws, civil rights. That was passed decades ago.
Right.
Racism still exists. You know, just
Just
like
because on the law books, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, and same thing with anti-gay laws. You know, they pass all these anti-gay laws, anti-trans laws that don't get rid of that. Gay people still exist. You know, you know. So yeah, that's just, you can't vote away a culture. You know, and this is a way of thinking that needs to be remedied. That you have to change minds, and how we do that is by conversating and coexisting with each other. You know,
because most races are closed off. They live in their own little bubble. They don't talk to anybody. That's why they feel and think the way they do.
Yeah, they're xenophobic. They're only around people like them, people who think like them, and everybody else is considered an enemy to them. You know,
right?
And when not really. And that's why cities are so diverse, because everybody's living with each other. All these different groups and, you know, culture, multicultural, multi-diversity, multiracial groups living together, coexisting with each other, not giving a shit about their differences. You know, 1 week you have the Mexican celebration, 1 week you have the Irish celebration. No one gives a shit. No one's saying, what about my soul? You know, no, there's none of that shit. Everybody just has their thing. And then they celebrate it, you know, and everybody's welcome to it. You don't have to go to it, you know,
right?
But you can if you want and learn something, you know. but yeah, I think that's the solution, is people just coming together, you know, instead of, you know, Batman
beating
coming
each other in,
and blaming each other for why your life sucks.
Right.
You know, we're all struggling. It ain't sweet for anybody, you know. So, yeah, there you go on that. Of course, yeah, there was 2 more stories. One about the Black Mask, and then one about the Batman viral. Like there was like a people reacting to Batman. That was I actually like that 3rd story, where it was like it just shows bat facts, like facts about bats.
Right, but it's like, but Batman kind of reacting to it, and
but all these people reacting to Batman's actions in the real world, and he's building community. He's changing minds through his actions. He's inspiring people, which I thought was cool. You know, that's the inspiration, and that's what, again, back to Thomas Wayne, when Batman's a little kid asking his dad, like, what can we do? You know, he's like, I'm just one guy. I can't change the world, but, you know, you can inspire a few people. You know, hopefully to not be assholes, you know. So yeah, that's all I got.
Nice. Okay, all right. Last book we're gonna do. We're here at that my retro. We're here at my retro right now. Like I said, Now I know we've been struggling through this Final Crisis thing, but I've been doing this whole Final Crisis thing actually to get to this issue.
Okay.
This is the one issue that actually the only reason people ever talk about this book. People have completely, when we get to this is what we're talking about. We're gonna get to it and be like, oh, well, that's why people talk about this book. So yeah, this is Final Crisis number 6. This is the penultimate issue, not the final issue, but the issue before the final. So yeah, I'm just gonna jump into it and just see where we go from there. So yeah, the book starts off with Superman. So Superman finally shows back up in this book. You know, he's been off in the 31st century and off in the multiverse and outside of the multiverse, shit like that. He's finally back. That's these things. These crisis books always have to write Superman out of the story, because otherwise this shit be like 5 panels and it's over with. So yeah, he's back now. And he's talking to Brainiac 5, one of the Brainiacs from the future and shit like that. And he's telling him that you got to go back to the past and save everything, Superman. Otherwise, but right now I got to show you this thing. So these aliens from the future, called the controllers, basically refined Green Lantern energy and made a weapon so powerful that it can imagine anything you want with a thought. We call it the God weapon, also known as the Miracle Machine. Oh, you got to look directly into it. And Superman's like, whoa, great Krypton. So while he's looking at it, that's when he starts fading back to regular time. He was like, wait, what am I supposed to do with this stuff? He's like, Superman, just look at it. I need you to just look at it. That's it before you fade away. And cool. All right, so we go to the Watchtower, and you got Black Canary and Tattooed Man and some other people on the Watchtower because they got away from the Hall of Justice because the Justifiers are after him, though. And they're thinking they're safe, but they're not. They find them. And yeah, and so yeah. And what do you got this big thing going on right here? So you got this big battle going on between Mary Marvel and Supergirl, and they're just going back and forth right now. Black Adam is getting the shit kicked out of him. Shazam getting the kick shit out of him because they have the old gods, so they can't keep up with Mary Marvel because she's powered up by the new gods. Now, the funny thing about this Supergirl versus Mary Marvel fight is because technically Supergirl is a ripoff of Mary Marvel. If you think about it. Okay, so I got to go back to it because Mary Marvel actually predates Supergirl. Supergirl was actually created by the same artist that created Mary Marvel. When he left the Shazam book, he went to Superman book, and basically all those crazy ideas he had in the Shazam brought him to Superman. So that's where Supergirl always want to make him Superman's cousin versus Shazam's sister. There you go. So yeah, that's it. They're getting shit out of each other. They're moving. And you got Calabac, who's a tiger, beating the shit out of Tawny Talkie. He was like, tell me who you are and what you are. And he's like, yeah. So Tawny just like, look, don't let the boy tie fool you. I'm a tiger. So they start fighting, but Calabac is still Calabac and start beating the shit out of him. He was like, whooping his ass with his mate shit like that. I'm gonna grind your bones to paste and shit, So basically what's going on with them right now. And Tawny Talkie just like, okay, I had enough of this shit. Oh, and Freddie Freeman grabs Black Mary Marvel, and says, Shazam, enough magic to shift them both back to human. And then Calabac like, what the hell going on over there? And while he gets distracted, Tawny Talkie, bam, slashes guts out. Entrails, all on the ground. Calabac's bleeding out. He like, Tiger Man, kill him. You're like, why? He just beat you in combat. He's a new boss. So now all the Tiger Men that used to follow Calabac follow Tawny Talkie now. And Tawny Talkie stands up, and Mary Marvel is basically just like, I can't say the word again, Freddie. I can't ever turn back. So she's just like normal, and she can't turn back to Mary Marvel again. Otherwise, she'll go evil. And Freddie's just hold her and shit, And Tawny's just like, okay, well, since y'all work for me now, and he straightens up his bow tie and shit, he like, okay, go fight those guys. Go fight the bad guys. And yeah. So now there was 7 watchtowers that where all the good guys were at, but since they had to use the bad guys' internet to communicate with each other, now they know where they all are, and they've taken them all towers out except one, which is the castle for checkmate. And Mr. Terrific basically is telling Mr. Miracle, look, in 10 minutes they are going to take out this tower and take our defenses. So you got 10 minutes to tell me how you're going to save the world. They're like, okay, so you see the painting on my face. This is a letter from the new gods. And y'all haven't been paying attention because the new gods have gave you this weapon for y'all to pay attention to. Y'all haven't been using it. If you pay attention to the crop circles, you pay attention to cave paintings, they all have this same marking I have on my face right now. This is the letter from the new gods, and what it means, it stands for, is free will. And free will is the antithesis. I'm pretty sure I fucked that up. It's the opposite of the anti-life equation. So if you want to beat the anti-life equation, you gotta wear this symbol and it gives you free will. So that's all you gotta do. So yeah. All right. So yes, just paint that over your face and you'll be fine. You beat the anti-life equation. And that's when Wonder Woman just goes fucking crazy because she's a justifier. And yeah, and now they're taking over the tower. So that's them. And yeah, they're fighting. Oh, and then you got Black Canary and they get attacked, stuff like that. Yeah, bypass all that. So both Atoms are going to another universe to basically relocate everybody on this planet to another planet because Darkseid is dragging everything to hell. So yeah, and when they get there, they want to make Renee Montoya. They want to make her like the law, like the sheriff of the new planet. I want you to enforce the law on that planet because you know the law. You're a cop here and you're a superhero here, so you know how to work everything. So yeah, and that's when you got Lex Luthor and Dr. Savannah are watching the calculator. He's been getting strangled for the last 3 days. He can't die because Libra won't let him die. And basically, Savannah and Luthor are having a conversation, and Savannah's just saying, okay, so these helmets that Justifiers are wearing, Mad Hatter made them. And between the both of us, Mad Hatter is a dumbass. We can hack anything he can make. So I basically made this watch that can short out the range of all Justifier helmets in a short range. But we got to do it at the right time. Otherwise, Libra's going to know what the fuck's going on. You're like, okay. And that's when Libra turns around like, oh, I heard what the fuck y'all talking about. Luthor, you're the one that told the good guys about the internet, didn't you? And you blame this shit on Calculator. So he like, yep, jig's up. And then he tells Savannah, impress me, Savannah. And that's when Savannah takes control of the Justifiers and Luthor powers up his suit and bam, kills Libra. No more Libra. Gone. Done. That's it. You're like, that's easy. And Savannah's basically saying, okay, I've taken control of the Justifiers. Now they think your voice is Darkseid voice. So everything you say, they'll follow. So Luthor controls the bad guys. He controls them by their will and everything. So yeah. So then you go to the Flash, and the Flash is basically saying, okay, now that we got all the Flashes here and Jay's here, I got a plan to stop Darkseid. And Jay's just like, okay, what's our plan? Jay, you stay here and watch Iris. Like, what? I can't run with y'all? Like, no, you're too slow, Jay. You stay here. Like, damn. So the plan is they're going to get the Black Racer to chase, because the Black Racer is still chasing Barry because he wants Barry dead. And basically, and Wally's just like, oh, the Black Racer? I used to call him the Black Flash, but they're the same guy. But I know how to beat that guy because the Black Racer and the Black Flash can only run at the speed of light. We can run faster than that. He's like, Barry, yes, that's true. But we can't run too fast, otherwise we'll lose him. If we run too slow, he'll catch us. So we got to run at just enough speed to keep him chasing us. It's like, and he's like, on your mark, get set, and then bam, they take off while the Black Racer is chasing after him and shit. So yeah. And that's when you finally get Darkseid. Darkseid finally shows up in his book. And he's just saying, I know you're there. I can see you sneaking around in the shadows. And then who walks out from the shadows? Batman. Okay, so Batman has been in this book because he's been getting tortured in Command D for the last 4 or 5 issues like that. They show happen in a crossover book with his book. So what Darkseid's plan was to make an army of Batman. That's what he was trying to clone Batman. That's what he was trying to do. But the thing is, anytime they clone Batman's mind and put his mind inside of these clones, all the clones kill themselves. Because Batman's trauma is too much for anybody but Batman. So, yeah, that's what's going on right now. So Batman's just like, okay, Darkseid, you whooped my ass, but I'm here now. And I made a promise to my parents that I would never do this, but you're making me break my one promise. And what does he do? He points a gun at him. So Batman is pointing a gun at Darkseid. Darkseid's like, what the fuck you gonna do with that? He's like, this is a radiant bullet, asshole. The same bullet you used to kill Orion. And I took that bullet off of John Stewart when you try to kill him. And I kept it on my body the whole time because I know you can't hack into my utility belt because I'm the only one that can do that. So I'm going to fire this gun at you, Darkseid. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to break my rule by killing you with the gun. He's like, oh, can you kill me before I can fire off my Omega? Bam! Batman shoots him before he gets the shot off. But he still got the Omega Sanction off, and Batman shoots him with the Omega Sanction. And then Batman's like, oh well, fuck it. Gotcha. And bam! Batman's taken out. Just like that. Even though he's taking out Darkseid. So Batman killed Darkseid, but right after Darkseid got him. So yeah. And that's when they're about to evoke. Oh, and then Metron is basically telling us he unlocked the Rubik's Cube, was based on the mother box. He's telling him if Darkseid drags us to hell, there's going to be another more powerful creature down there, more dangerous to Darkseid that we're going to have to worry about. So we're going to have some real problems. And the humans don't have enough power to take that guy out. So yeah. Oh, yeah. And while it's all rain and shit like that, and they're just like, oh, yeah, we're basically getting fucked up because they get dragged to hell and when they lose. And then they look up in the sky and they're like, look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. He finally shows up in the book, dun, 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 or whatever shit like that. And Superman is flying so fast and blasting so much heat vision that everybody just stops fighting, and anybody near him just gets blown away just by the aftershock of it. They just get knocked away just because Superman. He's not even paying attention to anybody on the battlefield. He's headed straight for Command D, blasting the inside of it. Yeah, aura forming post right there, like that shit right there. And yeah, so the thing is, they've been fighting for the last three issues to trying to break through the defenses of Command D. Superman just does it, just like that. Punches a hole through Command D, and then said, they're like, well, we should have had him earlier to do this shit. So yeah. And everybody gets knocked back. And Superman, and so when they see Superman step out of Command D, just like, oh shit, we're screwed. We're fucked. Because they see what Superman is doing. Because when Superman steps out of Command D, he's holding Batman's dead frequency charred body. Because that's what Darkseid did to him. So yeah. So Batman got Darkseid, but Darkseid got Batman. So that's the reason everybody talks about this book. So because that one panel right there sets up all kind of crazy Batman shit. That's when Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing, Damian Wayne becomes Robin. They go on the crazy ass adventures, blah blah blah, all the shit like that. Batman gets sick. Batman technically didn't die. Well, I'll tell you what happened. Some other shit happened. But anyway, he's going out this story. He's done for this story. So yeah. So all the way, this is a story everybody was talking about. Pin up the story. Next issue, last book, and we're done with this story. So yeah.
We'll rock and roll.
Yeah. Anything else we got to talk about, or
I was trying to see, does this come up? How do we do that?
Do what?
I did an image, but I can't get it up. I can't get it up.
That's what she said.
Let me see. Can I present it? How do I present it?
You might not have the powers, but clearly
I have it. I've uploaded it, and it's right there, but I don't know how to put it on screen.
Uploaded it where?
Upload. I don't know.
Would you put an overlay?
I put it. Oh no! What was I supposed to do? Put it in. It said present.
Present. No.
Share screen. No. Anyways, I was gonna do.
Oh, this. Okay. No. Not that.
I did the Return to Sleepy Hollow. I was gonna do a quick review on it, but I can't. I got the image, but I don't know how to put it up like on screen. And
that's because I got Superman, Batman on there. So there you go.
Look at
it's
you.
Supposed to be an overlay. It's supposed to be an overlay, but yeah.
Okay, that's all right. So yeah, I did also read Return to Sleepy Hollow, which is a #1 from IDW, which is a sequel to the movie, the Tim Burton movie with Johnny Depp and what's her name? Christina Ricci.
Yeah.
Dope ass movie, awesome flick. A lot of heads come off in that movie. So this comic takes place like 15 years after that movie, and there's basically some new murders that happen in Sleepy Hollow, and Ichabod Crane has to go back there and investigate it. A new string of supernatural type of murders. Art's pretty cool. I dig these characters. I dig the story. I've always liked Sleepy Hollow, the movie. I always liked the Disney version. I actually read the book as a kid. I've always been a fan of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
The book isn't that long, though, is it?
No, it's not. It's like a novella.
It's not even. I don't even think it qualifies as a short story.
Yeah, Washington Irving. Yeah, it's a story. Always been a fan of it. But I don't know how. My only thing is I don't know how much this can be sustained without the Headless Horseman. The Headless Horseman is the hook for me. He's such a cool villain.
So you never seen the Sleepy Hollow Fox TV show?
I did.
Okay.
I did. I watched multiple seasons of that, and once once the Headless Horseman got his head back,
Mhm.
I kind of fell off it because you know you know what I mean. Once you lose the Headless Horseman, it kind of like you lost its steam, and that's what I'm wondering about this. It's the same setting, it's the same characters, but there's no Headless Horseman, and obviously, I mean, they're not revealing this new murderer, whatever's killing these people. They haven't shown it yet. But yeah, I don't know how interested I'll be if it's not the Headless Horseman. So that's my only thing. But the art's really cool. It's still a if you like that movie, this is still a continuation of those characters. So I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, it's becoming just a detective story, you know.
Okay.
So that's about it. I mean, I also read the Ninja Turtles annual, but that's fine. So.
Cool. Did you see the Sleepy Hollow Bones crossover?
Yeah, I did. Yes, I remember that.
That was weird as hell. I don't know how that even worked or whatever. Like, okay.
The first like two seasons of that Sleepy Hollow show was awesome. I loved it. I love that show. It was like it was almost like X-Files, Monster of the Week. They were fighting new monsters. Ichabod Crane was like man at a time. He's in the future, and the Headless Horseman with machine guns. I mean, that was dope. It was cool. And then the Headless Horseman got his head back. And then, like, I don't care anymore. so yeah, I fell off it. But I love that show, you know. So that's what I'm wondering about this. This is like if it doesn't have the Headless Horseman, I don't know how cool it could be. I mean, it's still the art is still cool, you know. But you know, I don't know how interested I'll be in it. But who knows? Maybe it was a light week, so I'll check this out, you know. So if it's another light week, I might check out season or issue 2.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, Eli, we hit a milestone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, did you see I put it in stories. Did you see?
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna throw it up there. What we did.
Or something?
Yeah. So we
10,000.
10,000. Yes, 10,000 streams and downloads over across platforms. That's Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon. Honestly, I don't even know where. I just throw this shit up there and just whatever hits the thing. But yeah, they sent me a notification that we've done 10,000. I knew we were close. I knew we were like 9,000 something. I kept checking, but they sent me a notification. I was like, cool. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And that's not just this week. That's just overall.
Overall, that's the lifetime.
In our 10 years. So we're averaging about 1,000 a year.
Well, yeah. So basically. But keep in mind, I didn't start uploading it to Spotify until maybe like 2020, maybe. So like 5 years.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So it's not the whole time. That'd be pretty bad if we did that. So but and another thing, shout out to ChatGPT AI. I'm sorry about the AI over there, but I gotta use ChatGPT because all of a sudden, when Spotify now breaks our podcast down in chapters, automatically, like I didn't even know they did, they just do that. When they started doing that, Eli, our numbers started shooting up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I think like two episodes before we did like 100 on Spotify, like 100 listeners on Spotify. Like, damn, that's rare. So yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, shout out to us, man. So yeah.
And shout out to my boss. Did we ever shout out to my boss about his back?
Yeah, we did last week.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but shout out to my boss. If your back's not better, shout out to my boss.
Yeah, just shout out, just because.
Yeah, just cause. If your back is better, shout out to my boss.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And all the listeners, like I said, if you listen to us long, like, share, subscribe. Help us get to another 10,000. Help us get to 1 million. Fuck,
let's get paid. Let's get $1.
Yeah,
see if we can
if
get
we make $1 million and we still don't get paid on this, Eli, I don't know, man. Oh shit! Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.